Hi everybody, how are we all doing? I hope we're having a good weekend so far. So today is Saturday, 25th of February 2017. So I'm here to quickly just mention a couple of announcements that we've had in the last couple of days. One of them is a confirmation, and the other one is obviously something brand new. So, in case you've been living under a rock or you're completely without internet or totally oblivious to what's been going on so far, Matt Reeves is back, and it's confirmed that he will indeed direct the Batman solo movie starring Ben Affleck and I can never say his surname properly, but Joe Magnaniello, however you want to say it, who'll be playing Slade Wilson, aka Deathstroke. So I guess we had nothing to worry about on that front because, last week it was reported that the negotiations had broken down and all other bits and pieces was going on, and we all thought, oh great, the Batman's not going to get made, or who's going to direct it now, and all sorts and everything. And as you saw in my video that I did earlier this week, obviously I suggested that an option would be George Miller. But it's Matt Reeves, so I'm looking forward to see what he can do. And he was even welcomed by both Ben Affleck and Geoff Johns as well on Twitter. So I guess everybody's looking forward to seeing what he can do. So I'm pleased with that. And then about half an hour after that, or at least an hour after that, Warner's decided to surprise us with an even bigger news, in that we are now going to get a solo Nightwing movie. And no, I wouldn't have expected that in a million years. So, and it's going to be directed by Chris McKay, who directed Lego Batman. Okay, if you've watched the Lego Batman movie, it's awesome, it's brilliant, it's funny. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how that transforms to the big screen. And yesterday I ran a vote on Twitter as to who I think should play Nightwing in the live action movie. The four actors that I picked were Taron Egerton from the Kingsman: The Secret Service, Andrew Garfield, the Amazing Spider-Man, obviously, Thomas Dekker, who was John Connor in the Sarah Connor Chronicles Terminator TV series, and Tyler Posey, who is Scott McCall in Teen Wolf. So those were the four names that I put forward. As I say, the vote lasted 24 hours, and with 50% of the votes, it was Taron Egerton who won the votes. Not many people voted, but from the amount of people that did vote, let's just say majority of them voted Taron Egerton. Tyler Posey came second with 36% of the votes. Thomas Dekker got 14%. Andrew Garfield, surprisingly, got 0% of the votes. That was a surprise for me anyway. But yeah, Taron Egerton has edged out as the winner on that vote that I conducted. I've seen other outlets that are also suggesting Taron at the same time as well. He's the right sort of age for the character. He's got good acting quality, and I'm sure that if he notices his name being bandied about for this character, who knows? Maybe he'll actually audition for it. Whether he gets it or not is another thing, but I would like to see him at least, put himself forward for it. That'll be interesting to see. So yeah, a solo Nightwing movie. That'll be interesting, and I'm sure we'll obviously Ben Affleck's Batman feature in that in some capacity as well. Yeah, very, very interesting. Really looking forward to that. But again, this still goes back to the point that I made in my video that I did earlier this week about the mess that Warner has made of the DC Extended Universe, in that they don't have a strategy, they don't have a roadmap, they're just basically throwing things out there to see what the reaction is. And it's like, well, that's not really the best way to do it. You've got to have a roadmap, you've got to have a plan. You can make changes, yes, I'm not saying that you can't, but don't just announce that you're going to say that you're going to make this movie. You haven't got a release date for it, you don't know which part of the calendar it's going to sit in, which movie is it going to be released before and after. Instead you just putting out the news out there to see okay, what's the reaction going to be? Let's announce that we're going to make this movie. Not that we are actually going to make it, but let's say we're going to make this movie, and let's see what the reaction is from it, what the feedback is. If people are engaged and they're interested, we'll take it further. If they're not so engaged and interested, or they slate it or whatever, we'll put it to one side and leave it alone. But that's really not how you want to do it. I mean, you see what Marvel's doing, and they're, you know, reaping the success hugely. I want the DC EU to work. I really want it to work. I just hope that Warner's just don't make a hash of things after, well, from Aquaman onwards, because Wonder Woman's getting released in June. Justice League comes out in November, so those two films are already done. We're just waiting for, obviously, the Batman, hopefully the Flash, and of course Aquaman to start filming. Hopefully at some point this year. I know that Aquaman starts, I think, April in terms of filming, and we're still waiting for a director to be announced for the Flash, obviously. So it's all up in the air in those regards, but who knows what's going to happen? So we'll see. We're still waiting for Justice League trailer. Apparently it was supposed to be coming soon. We're still waiting. It's now Saturday and there's still been no mention of it. So Zach, what the hell are you doing? Get on with it. Quick bit about DC TV news. Andrew Kreisberg has given us a bit of a tease regarding the CW DC crossover events that's set for next season, because obviously Supergirl moved from CBS to CW at the back of last season. They didn't really have any time to bring Supergirl, the TV show itself, in a big capacity for the Invasion crossover, whereas for next season, hopefully this time now they've got a plan, they're ready, they know that Supergirl's going to be on the CW, they can concentrate on giving that show a good tie-in with all the other shows in terms of the crossovers that they'll be doing. So obviously Supergirl, Flash, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow as well, so that'll be good. And it's also been announced that we finally have our Black Lightning for the TV show that's also going to be on the CW. Can you imagine a 5-show crossover? Goodness. Anyway, it's a chap by the name of Cress Williams. Heart of Dixie, I believe he was in, and was also a villain in Lois and Clark once upon a time. He'll be playing the title role of Jackson Pierce, or Jefferson Pierce, for the character Black Lightning. So looking forward to that. I really can't wait to see the pilot for that one. Who knows, that could pave the way for Static Shock as well. So let's hope it does. Yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say. So we're just waiting for the Justice League trailer, and I think the final, or at least a new Wonder Woman trailer as well, to come out. So yeah, let's get a move on. Come on, please release those trailers. I want to see them, because the Justice League trailer is going to be the first official sort of public trailer for the general public to see as well when that gets shown in cinemas, because obviously the one that we've seen is the one from Comic-Con, but this one will be for the sort of like the general public, so we'll see how that looks anyway. I'm sure it'll be different to what we saw at Comic-Con, so yeah. Anyway, I'm going to stop it there, but yeah, good that we've got Matt Reeves on board as the director for the Batman, and great that we're now getting a Nightwing solo movie. Who knows what the future holds for the rest of them, so we'll see. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. See you all very soon. Bye.